Um, Years ago, I started roofing. I was working at Wadman Company, and I helped a roofer while I wasn't doing too much. His name was Don. Really nice man. He had actually been shocked by electricity, where it blew out a big chunk of his head here. The electricity went down his feet, and then it came back out and shot out his hands and blew his hands out, his wrist or something like that. But he had been damaged horribly, almost died from that. But anyway, I went up and helped him when I was slow one time. He says, "You want a full-time job or a part-time job?" I helped him for a couple hours. And I go, "Well, I don't want a job. I just came to help you because I was slow down at my work, and I just wanted to see if you needed any help." Plus, I was kind of experimenting what things I might like to do. I would always stay busy, help the contractors if I wasn't busy, the subcontractors. But anyway, Don hired me the next summer for roofing. We did a few jobs, and then Paul got killed in an electrical accident. He, Paul, see. Anyway, I helped Paul get on with Don, and then the next year then Paul helped me get on with Don, but they taught us how to roof, or some shingling, wood shingles and shingling. Anyway, then eventually Paul and I went on our own for a few months, and then I just started doing roofing on my own. But I didn't know roofing as well as I thought I needed to. So my wife had a great suggestion. Tammy says, if you don't know what to do, hire some roofers that know what to do so that you can learn from them, and then you'll be able to do the work. What a great idea that was. So I hired a hot roofer, Mike, I think his name was. I can't remember for sure, but anyway, hired some roofers. They taught me all these different things. But several years later, one particular roofer who was really a great roofer, his name was Josiah. I call him a little bit Crazy Joe because he was crazy strong, crazy hard worker. Man, the guy could just flat out work hard. Um, One of the things he taught me was if you're walking behind somebody, you always say behind you. Or if you're carrying hot buckets, he would say hot behind you, hot behind you, hot coming, hot behind you. So you always knew where the guy was with the hot asphalt. When I was moving my mop, I'd dip in, I go hot coming out, hot coming out, hot coming out, hot coming out, and constantly telling people and communicating where the hot was. You always needed to know. And then, but he was a good communicator like that, and a really really good roofer, very talented, very strong, hardworking individual. Um, kind of had a real rough temper. He was pretty ornery and mean sometimes. But one time he was coming to work one morning, and some guys had flipped him off or got mad at him or bugged him somehow, and he was parked behind him at a light, got out and ripped the guy out of the car and knocked him out and left him laying in the road there on Harrison. Anyway, Crazy Joe, he was a good guy.